Hello everyone. I will finally introduce myself. My name is Achilles, and I'm
Oh,
gonna
hi
be.
guys. My name is Achilles here, and I'm here with like this guy called Blade Master. Hi, Blade.
All right.
I just ruined your I ruined your win at the start of it. Yes, my life is complete.
So this is going to be the ultimate payback for me killing you like I don't know, like 6 times in a row in your own mod.
Yeah, essentially, yeah,
And for
yeah.
that,
That's
you're gonna screw up my recording, ruin my
yep.
intro.
I'm a petty man
I see. Well, you have to find enjoyment in some things,
somewhere. Exactly.
whether it be getting your ass kicked or screwing up
Oh, someone
recordings.
seems to someone seems to forget that they got their ass kicked by Pergamon. Pergamon.
When?
Dude, that was the when you picked like Carthage or some bullshit power faction and I won.
Oh, right. I see.
Anyways, so yeah, this I've taken Lusitani here, and I'm going to fight. I think it's Athens that I'm playing.
You're playing Carthage.
Carthage, right? Okay. Okay, so I wanted to basically discuss with you, and maybe your viewers can see this as well, like where you see the meta for blade balance is, and what your thoughts are on it.
Whew. That is a tough question because I don't think there is a meta at the moment for blade balance. Like there are some strong things, but there is definitely not a defined meta as of yet, in my opinion.
But what about if I say like what really is the big weakness of like bringing 6 to 8 archers with pikes, which is what you prefer?
I do like it. It is very strong. Um, I think. Well, one of the weaknesses is that you can hard counter it. What I did against. Well, I didn't hard counter Heracles, but I like when you make sure you can um, waste your opponent's ammunition and you can get rid of the pikes.
Mm.
I don't know. But I like what you're doing here. You're going with Lusitani, so people expect you to skirmish. No, sorry, to go very heavy on the melee and Scutari cavalry, I suppose.
Yeah,
And yet you're going with
I'm pulling an Achilles here.
you're pulling an Achilles. You're going
Yeah,
with skirmish cav. You have a lot of Balearic slingers, a lot
lot
of
of melee
cavalry,
cav. Yeah,
and the minimum protection for your Balearic slingers. Man, you're not
yeah.
pulling an Achilles, man. I don't have infantry protection.
That's true. That's true. You're right.
No,
I'm not as ballsy a man as you, Achilles.
it's
Um,
just well, you know, once I do it, it's not unexpected anymore. So
yeah. And I mean, I would never have the balls to do this against someone, like a. I don't want to say Bones Wars is not a proper opponent, but like someone who's experienced with lots of hours in Rome 2, I wouldn't be able to do this against them. I would not want to try this again.
who is Bonesword, the opponent you're fighting?
He's a viewer of the channel and like he plays pretty well actually. He's a pretty decent player for someone who plays casually. But yeah, he's just basically like he's a viewer who added me on Steam and wanted to play a couple of matches.
Right now, I see if we go over his army, we can see that he has mercenary Balearic slingers. Uh, I don't know what's well. He does have Cretan archers, but most of his skirmish contingent are slingers. I don't know what's up with the slingers. For some reason, if I were to say a weak point of blade balance, I think it's well for me the slingers.
Mm, mm. Do you think that's a reason? The reason for that is because there's too much range on the archers, or do
Uh,
you think archers are fine right now and slingers in turn need to be buffed separately?
it's I don't know. It's just yeah. I think it's because of the range that I prefer archers a lot more. Though I
Mm.
do bring slingers, but I feel that the archers do have more like a more they have more influence on the battlefields, in my opinion.
I think archers have proper influence if you bring a lot of them because then they're able to do a lot of damage quickly. Whereas slingers, you can afford to bring two or three of them, and even if as long as they stay, alive until late game, end game, they will come in handy. They will get, experience chevron levels of kills,
That is
which
definitely
won't
true.
can't really say the same thing about bringing maybe two or three archers.
That is true. I cannot disagree with you, but
But I
yeah.
agree. I mean, it's a tricky situation, and I'm not really sure. I'm entirely convinced that slingers are worse than archers yet.
Well, you're playing slingers right now, so let's see
Exactly.
how that's gonna play out. It's just that with archers you have more possibilities. Um, for example, you have more kinds of ammunition. You can use flaming, even though you hate me using flaming.
Yeah, you never used it right.
I do, at like sometimes. I can see that you're skirmishing away against Numidian noble cavalry uh,
Yeah,
in a complete back, and he's just facing. He's just taking it, man. He's letting it happen.
yeah.
Oh no,
It's
wait, that is also skirmish cav. So what? 48, 41 missile damage.
yeah. Numidian noble cab are a skirmish cab. One of the deadliest skirmish cab in the game. The deadliest skirmish cab in the game.
I do not know every unit from every roster.
This is why you're so infuriatingly good. You know, you don't even know the proper units, and then you still manage to go pass.
Oh, you're so salty today.
It's not salty. I'm being. It's a compliment. Oh fuck! He's firing at my.
Yeah, that was definitely a little blob you had going there, and he fired into that consistently with Balearic Slingers. But as for now, I think one of the strongest ways to go in blade balance if is with actually a pike core with strong
Mm,
cavalry and archers. It's what I like the most. It's skirmishing, it's defensive, it's totally the opposite from the sword rushes.
yeah.
And in the Blade Balance Invitational, there aren't actually a lot of matches with a lot of pike builds.
Ooh, you'd be surprised. I mean, I would say there's a huge jump in the amount of pike bills that you see compared to vanilla.
Yeah, compared to vanilla, but I'm talking about the Blade Balance Invitational,
Mm.
the other replays from European Lineup versus Jaw and some other, like, you don't see as much, like, you don't see a lot of pikes. It's li-
Hmm.
it's like you see people bring factions like Swaby and Tyles and
Well, for example, in the Jaw versus European Lion match, it was literally just one match out of three that both of them decided to bring sword rushes.
I haven't seen the replays as of yet, but I have talked about well, I have talked about the factions with Jaw.
Hmm.
Anyway, you're crushing this guy.
I wouldn't say so.
Well, you're doing a typical strategy, which is you're trying to overload one flank and you're denying the fight with the other one.
Yeah, but he's skirmishing pretty hard against my slingers. But that's the good thing about Lusitani Polaris slingers. What I've done in the blade balance is to make sure that some of the units' mercenary variants are not as good as the OG, like the original ones.
Okay.
So, for example, like the Balearic Slingers for Lusitani, they have a 35% missile block chance, whereas the Mercenary and the Auxiliary Balearic Slingers for Carthage and stuff, for powerful factions, they just have like a 10% missile block chance. They have the original one.
That is
So I've
interesting.
given them just slight buffs to make sure that, if it ever comes to like native Balearic Slingers versus like mercenary Balearic Slingers, it's the mercenaries who will lose.
Yeah, I think that's a very good change. Although, right as of right now, there is still a lot of infantry left for Carthage. Uh,
Yeah.
the problem is not the quality of your swordsman; it's just the amount of your swordsman. If you were to take
Yeah.
an engagement right now against his swords, you will get overnumbered.
Oh
Um,
shit, he's charging in with his companion against my gen.
ooh,
Up all those abilities there, but I think I've killed off his support.
I think the companions. Well, they're doing some damage, but I think you'll be alright.
Yeah.
Does shield wall help against cavalry?
Uh, I don't know. It does a little bit of it boosts your defense a little bit, I guess.
Your melee defense? Yeah, I guess.
Oh, I could just snipe his gem now.
Companion calf is dying at a rapid rate. How much ammunition do you have on the slingers?
Quite like 75% mostly.
Ooh, that's quite a lot.
Yep, and if I can catch this Numidian noble, actually, I don't need to catch it. Fire at it. If I Cretan archers have done fucking brilliantly, actually.
Also, I have done some tests on the elite person archers.
Yeah.
I did tests. Nothing what could really happen in a competitive situation.
Uh huh.
But it's like,
They seem
uh,
OP.
no, I just wanted to see how they would act as an anti-cavalry unit.
Right.
So I could perhaps bring some MLG strategies to the battlefield.
Uh huh.
But in the end, it's just not worth it.
Even though they're medium and stuff, which is good. I mean, it shouldn't make it worth it that like archers can literally just stand up to cav like that.
Well, if they charge a stationary cav unit or a cav unit that has a run order behind them, they will
Yeah.
wreck the cavalry unit.
Uh huh.
But dodging a charge is very difficult. If you, however, can block the cavalry with a unit, block its
Hmm.
charge and then charge in, then they prove to be effective. But then again, you have to consider there's probably infantry up close, so you can't stay into the fight and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You're charging into Libyan hoplites. That's also a thing. Talk me through how the massive cavalry uh, s- just changed the cavalry. I mean, you can now just really just charge anything and do damage.
I wouldn't say so. It's still very risky to just charge straight up into units like that because the mass of cavalry is good. Like the increase in mass, it makes them better. But unless we're talking about something like a very expensive shock cav or Pergamene noble cav, I don't see it being all that worth it unless you follow it up with some sort of infantry charge as well.
Do you consider Hippias lancers as a very heavy shock cavalry
Yeah,
unit?
they are very heavy shock cav.
Okay.
APS lances now I think are very decent cavalry units.
Tell me
Simply
about it.
because of yeah, I mean they're just oh my god, yeah. Yeah, exactly. You should be the best person to know about the dangers. But I mean Iraklis used them beautifully. Like he used them really, really well.
He did everything, like he did so many things the right way.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it just happens if you're out of ammo and the pikes are still alive. And that's also a thing. I always like right now whenever you're in a battle and you have
Mm,
3 pikes left, you still have a chance. That's the way
absolutely.
I feel in blade
Unless
balance.
unless you have a unit or two that can fire some flaming or whistling ammo or something like that.
Yes,
If you have three pikes, you always have a good chance of winning.
and I
Which is why I might, but then again, see, I'm thinking of maybe buffing the morale effects of flaming shot and stuff. But then it's just like, why would I? That means I'm buffing archers more. So I might just reduce the morale a little bit more of pikes, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to do that even.
I think the only thing that needs to increase is is there a way to increase the morale penalty when a unit is attacked in the rear? Because I
Yeah, yeah,
because pikes are really strong, if not unbreakable from the front in blade
yeah,
balance, which they should be. Pikes should be unbreakable from the front.
yeah.
And when you attack them in the back, you decrease the morale with 3 so far, I think.
I think it's a bit larger than that, but I'm not entirely sure.
3 or
But
5 maybe.
the thing is, you can't make that specific
Two
to pikemen.
pikes, yeah,
You got to make
I
it for
understand.
the entire thing, which I guess maybe that's not a bad thing. But more than that, I think I have a solution. I might remove disciplined for discipline trait for pikes, which means that if you lose your general, then your pikes are fucked.
Hmm. But aren't you like turning games into some sort of games like gen snipe?
Sorry?
Like you know that gen sniping is a very common strategy to win games, but
Yeah.
maybe if you remove discipline, it just might become the only strategy on the battlefield.
Against a pike unit. Yeah, that's a risk. That's true.
Uh, I would think right now, like pikes are pretty good. If you attack them in the back, like in the rear, uh, they will certainly start waver and rout, but sometimes just the morale system is a little bit strange. And oh, look at that, you won the battle.
Mm. To be honest, I don't know. Maybe I should keep discipline and still reduce their morale even a little bit more. That could be a thing.
That could definitely be a thing.
It could be, but I mean, I'm not. Then you could even have a situation where someone uses whistling shot, flaming shot, and then maybe gets like one or two kills and they start to rout. That could be, a side effect of this. You
Yes,
could literally just stack on morale debuffs onto a full strength spike unit and they rout, which sounds ridiculous. And I'm not really sure if I want to head in that direction.
that is true. Well, seems like you wrecked your opponent.
I wouldn't say I wrecked him, especially considering I had so much cav 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 10 cav.
Skutari Cav did very well. You with if not all of them, you have over 100 kills.
Yeah, very sturdy units.
A
I
slinger
like
is
them a lot.
actually getting a very nice amount of kills.
Yeah, I mean, of course, they're slingers.
Yeah, nice game.
Ooh, I think I know. I think I know the solution to the pikes to the slingers versus archers conundrum. All I need to do is increase the missile block chance a little bit for the shields that the slingers use, and that would mean they'll be much better against archers.
That is something I was thinking of proposing, but you figured it out yourself. So that's very good. That's very good. I mean, it's just an idea. It just can't work out to be like it can work out very well, I think. Also,
um,
a little bit on a side note, have you heard about the poison archers in Attila?
yeah, what the fuck is up with that? Trust EA to really make a fucking mess out of what would have been a cool mechanic. I was honestly thinking of implementing something like that in Blade Balance, but I don't know if that might just be a bit too much.
Yeah. Well, I think it will like it'll probably take a lot of your time. I'm
And
sure you
besides,
have a lot of ideas.
I want to start uh I want to start a different mod, which actually I wanted to talk to you during the previous battle, but we were just talking about other cool stuff. Uh, this mod, um, I, did I talk to you about this already? The Cowboys versus Americans, or the Romans versus the tribals.
No, you haven't.
Okay, it's an idea that I'm really interested in, but I haven't seen too much traction from others. So I wanted to know what you thought. Basically, it would be a custom battle. I would start it with Rome 2. It would literally only be something like four or five factions. Think like Hannibal at the Gates types of factions, like Lusitani, Aravaci, maybe a drop in Suebi versus Rome and maybe Carthage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the rules of the game would be one person. Well, yeah, basically, one person would have to be civilized factions, and one person would have to be a tribal faction.
Yes.
And the point of the battle is not to have a is not to kill off the enemy army, but instead, for example, you are Rome. You're in a very all the maps will be heavily forested. By the way, you are Rome. Your the point of your the way you win is either by killing off the enemy army, or you could bring an eagle cohort from one side of the map to the other side of the map. So essentially, it's like a scenario where you're trying to get the last eagle out of Teutoburg Forest or whatever. On so while you try and do this, you have an enemy tribal army that has a shit ton of small units. So you have, think 40 units, but each army or each unit is like a 20 to 60 man unit.
Mm-hmm.
You get it?
Yes.
So it's essentially the game would be who wins, the person who can field 40 different pockets of small troops, or the person who has 10 to 15 heavily trained Roman soldiers. And the barbarians would have a lot of unique troops who have all sorts of stealth abilities, and they have great slingers, great this, great that. But you need to utilize them very well because they are so few in number, and they can very easily get killed if they're not used in tandem with other units.
I see where you're going.
It's like a quantity versus quality type of battle, which is played in the forest and utilizes stealth mechanics mainly from Attila, basically.
I think that sounds pretty well. It sounds interesting. I would definitely give that a try.
Yeah, it's just a bit of work, and I don't have the time to do this work, so I want like people to like help me out with it at least at the start. Like this guy really wants to play. What did you see the battle between AK and AK and Gannicus or whatever his name
I
is?
did.
Pretty cool battle, right? Boya versus Chimeria.
Yeah, it was definitely a good battle on AK's part.
Yeah, yeah.
I just don't. Well,
You know
it's
about the whole drama, right? Between like with VOD and stuff.
there are accusations about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Trust the Russian community to really come up with some juicy drama. This guy Bones Wars is mind fucked me. I thought he was going to bring
Drop
the
shields,
Syracuse. Yeah, drop shields, young man.
but he isn't bringing drop shield Syracuse.
Oh,
Well, he didn't bring is the correct term.
30 army.
Though he has an army that could actually be very good with drop shields.
Yep.
I can see. Oof, I think this is gonna be a tough one for him.
I don't know, man.
Well, the thing is, he has hoplites. You just have to worry about managing your ammunition.
Hmm.
He has to worry about everything.
I guess, yeah.
Wait, hang
I
on.
keep forgetting that.
You have. Oh, I thought you had. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
What?
I thought you had shock cavalry.
No, Chimeria doesn't have shot cavalry. I'm gonna
Yeah,
try and get a gen snipe with long shot.
that would be an interesting thought. I don't think it will happen though against. Wait, are those just thorax hoplites? What? If I was Syracuse, I would always bring a picked hoplite. I don't know.
Really? Thorax hoplites are pretty good themselves.
Yeah, but I like picked hoplites. They're amazing.
I didn't time long shot all that well. Fuck me.
Perhaps just take advantage of the situation and just take out the Balearic Slingers before they can fire.
Oh, I can't. They're too. What is too close?
Longshot
Man.
also works on horse archers.
Sorry?
That longshot also works on horse archers.
Yeah, it might be a tad bit broken right now because the range on it is insane, but it only lasts for 1 minute, so I don't know if it's really all that.
Yeah, I would have advised like go around and attack with your horse archers at the same time in the back of those of his general.
Yeah.
But then again, there is a lot of units that can actually screen the general from the sides, and I assume you don't want to get isolated. Comedian heavy archers are, wow, are dying at an insane rate at the moment.
Yeah, because I put them right next to the enemy slingers, so fucking stupid.
Anyway, what do you think of hoplite spams in Blade Balance?
I don't think it's really a viable strategy.
Why wouldn't it be?
Hoplite spams without supporting like cool general ability or something. I don't see how they'd really work.
Well, imagine only Syracuse. Just full hoplite
Yeah,
rushes.
I think a hoplite heavy army with Syracuse could very easily work. Could be pretty potent too.
Citizen Cav dying insanely fast.
It's strange. Ooh, there we go. There's a. Ooh, no, I'm not microing this game, right?
Also, when do I need to play the semifinals, or when do like both semifinals need to be played? Just
I
any day.
will. Yeah, just as soon as possible. Essentially, I wanted this thing to be just like a week-long affair, but it's already taken more time.
Well, yeah, people are busy. I think.
Yeah, I can't really reasonably expect people to play all of their games at the right, proper time.
Yeah, that is true. Wow.
Fuck, I've spent so much time trying to kill off this enemy Balearic Slinger. Not working. Fuckers just aren't dying.
Well, a lot of it looks like a lot of your shots are actually being blocked by the other units,
Oh, smart strategy.
but that means the units are also taking a lot of damage.
Not really sure what to do now. Don't have too much ammo left. Need to make sure my noble horse archer. Fucking stupid goddamn citizen cab. Get the fuck out of here, citizen cab.
Now the citizen cav is dying.
Dude, I cannot believe my step horse archers were unable to run away from a fucking light hoplite.
That's actually
Okay.
also something I wanted to address to you. I think the speed for light cavalry can be increased.
Yeah. Uh, you see, I've tried to change the hiding mechanics of Rome 2 to match Attila for a long time. It's just not working, so I might just do a much more basic change by increasing their speed like that. Could work. I mean, by could work, it could be very useful as well.
Mercenary veteran warriors are gonna take a lot of fire in their unshielded side.
Yep, fun times.
You're not having fun this battle.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm getting so pissed in this battle, and I'm playing so poorly as well. Like a lot of my horse archers don't even have heavy shot on.
Do you use shortcuts for your
No, I don't
abilities?
use shotguns. No.
It's one of the possibilities to step up your game. Ooh, the fire is insane.
But I really like him. It's a lot of fun to play with him.
Yeah, that's
Slaughter.
that's that's certainly one thing I gotta give to you, man.
What?
You're definitely the person that made kiting possible again in Rome 2.
Thanks, man. It's always fun to play kiting. To play with kiting builds. Not the most fun to play against them, I guess, but
That depends which faction you are. Imagine if you're Sparta,
yeah.
you know. Fuck
Okay,
Sparta.
I'm gonna try and use break shields against one. which one. I want to really snipe the enemy gen, but I don't think that's really.
Well, aren't their units like disciplined?
Yeah, but still, even if they're disciplined, killing off the enemy general is a huge morale debuff.
I see. Fair enough.
Turn off fire at will. Bring in my general. Actually, no, these guys.
Where do you see Blade Balance after Warhammer comes out? Do you think the
Pretty
mod
much
is
dead.
going to die?
I think so. I'm not really upset by it at all. I mean, I'm so proud of where Blade Balance is right now.
Do you think
And
that
to be
that
quite honest, I haven't put too much work into it either. It's
well,
been very
no, I mean,
straightforward changes.
you said it yourself. You're not putting in a lot of work. You're just trying to create a better multiplayer experience by
Yeah.
balancing the games, by fixing things that some company should have fixed a long time ago.
Alright, break shields is turned on. See how it works. God damn, they're taking. Oh man, even my general is dying super quick, bro.
Are you getting a are you getting Warhammer?
I will get Warhammer, of course I'll get Warhammer, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean I've already pre-ordered it. Like I'm a pre-order bitch, like that.
Oh god.
I mean I don't really care, dude. I mean I'm getting the game either ways. Might as well
Yeah, yeah,
utilize
me
the
too. I am
utilize the bonuses that they.
I'm most likely going to pre-order anytime soon.
But I don't have my hopes up. I'm keeping my hopes in check for at least multiplayer. I don't think multiplayer is going to be very good for it.
I believe that Total War Warhammer can be a very enjoyable and balanced game, but I just don't have my hopes up. Just same thing as you.
Yeah, I mean Warhammer can be an excellent multiplayer game. It was built for multiplayer, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a tabletop game. I'm not really much into it.
Yeah, but from what I understand, it was built primarily for multiplayer. But I would never trust CA to deliver on multiplayer content,
Yes.
especially after the direction they've been going. It looks like I've lost this, and I have to say, I only have myself to blame for this.
Can't win them all. Though I must say, what's up with slingers? Why is
Which slingers?
why is Bone Wars taking slingers?
I don't know, but I mean, they seem to have done okay. No, yeah, they've done really well, dude.
109 kills,
Yeah,
57,
shit, almost a single XP shot run.
81. Do you still have ammunition left on those archers?
Not really. Now the only hope I have is to rear charge.
It's gonna be hard with a citizen cav running into your archers.
Yeah, but I have my. I'm gonna drop chant here. Morale. Maybe the noble horse snatchers can pull this one out.
They might be
Doubt
able
it.
to. I mean, the morale for some reason on some Syracusean units is very low.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Thuriel spears obviously have shit morale.
For example, on your complete right flank, where you're now charging in with Young Axis into
Yeah.
Thorax Hoplites, well, it actually doesn't really matter, but I would have charged the Mercenary Veteran Hoplites instead, because they were already very low on morale. But
Oh,
right now
that's
the
true.
Thorax Hoplites are dying as well, and they're most likely going to rout. With the Noble Horse Archers, you can just keep cycling with back charges between all these units. You can even charge the Light Hoplites and get out. I think, because I can imagine that noble horse archers. Wow, they actually disappoint me in the amount of armor
Noble
that they
horse
have.
archers.
Yeah,
Why?
I thought they had better armor.
Oh yeah, they're the nomadic variety. The noble horse archers for Parthia have excellent
Yes,
armor, but they have only 15 ammo. So
yes.
I would say these archers are much better. They have 20 ammo.
Right now you're killing the light hoplite. You charge him in the back. This is really good. And right now the unit that you wanted to kill from the start is left, and you actually turned it around.
Yeah, the noble horse archers really have turned it around. Goes to show, man, these units are so good. Like, holy shit, they're amazing.
This isn't possible in vanilla.
Yeah, because they only have 15 ammo here. 20 ammo, you know that they'll have at least 3 to 4 volleys at the end of the day. All good. And that's another thing that I really like about Blade Balance. Like, so many of the changes have been because people have told me, "Yo, this is something that really needs to be changed. Got to change this." And I mean, while they've not given me the best idea, like best ways to change it, like usually from my experience, people like some guy would really like a faction, like for example, someone really likes Chimeria, because he's from around that area in real life or something. And then he says, "Oh, noble horse archers need to be buffed. They need to be given, a massive spear or sword with 20 bonus versus infantry because this is what they were like in real life." And then I'll think, okay, that's ridiculous, but I can still change them because it looks like, I mean, it's pretty clear that they're not all that great. And then I change them, and sometimes, I'll come to a good middle ground like this.
Yes.
But yeah,
Uh,
it's always the
that
community that always influences.
yes. There's one decision I question that you made this game,
Uh-huh.
and that is that you charged in your general.
Ah, that's true. But I mean, I've basically won this.
Imagine you mess around.
Yeah, it won't happen though because I have Pick Peltus. They can put chant in. Unless
Well,
they start to mess around. In which case I have Noble Horse Archers.
you indeed have noble horse archers.
When all else fails, remember you have Noble Horse Archers.
Ooh.
Boom.
Oh wow. What the
Balls deep
fuck?
charge.
Well, steep charge.
They lost so many men from that. But it doesn't matter.
I can throw away units.
Yeah, but it's all good, dude. I pulled this fucking victory out of the bag, so I'm okay.
Yeah, yeah, you can have fun with the general. There we go. You're going to attack him in the back with community and noble infantry,
Yeah.
and that is going to be the end for Syracuse. Do you think without drop shields, Syracuse is a top tier faction?
No. Well, no.
No.
If they had Levy Pikeman, I think they would be a top tier.
Pikemen change everything.
Yeah. Well, they have Levy Pikeman. I mean, they have regular Pikeman. They don't have Levy Pikeman.
That is
I
true.
don't know. They do have excellent. Well, basically, they're Athens, but Athens doesn't have companion cab, and
And drop
companion cab
shields.
can make. Yeah, exactly. With drop shields, I think they're very good, and I don't want to give Athens drop shields because they'll just exploit that on the station warriors.
Yes.
Station
Oh
warriors
my
would be
god.
super OP.
Imagine fucking Thracian warriors with drop shields.
Yeah.
Well, it
Yeah.
actually wouldn't be overpowered since one cavalry charge will wreck them anyway.
Hmm. I guess true.
But yeah, I can imagine.
But I mean, They also the drop shields general also has barrage, which is the second ability.
Yes, that is true.
Imagine that. I mean, Syracuse only has Balearic Slingers, which is for their skirmishers and shitty archers. Whereas you bring a pipeline, you bring three Cretans, you bring three Balearics, and then you hit barrage. You literally wipe the enemy army off the map. And then with like the two or three units that remain, just use drop shields and just crush them. I can see it can be.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm done. I'm two.
All right. Are you done? You're not gonna play one battle with me? Oh
Let's
my
play some
god.
Rocket League or something, dude.
Some Rocket League?
Yeah.
Sure. All right, let's go
When
do
did
some
you
Rocket
when
League.
did you stop recording?